One of the main things that helps a video feel really professional and put together is when the video clips are edited to the beats of the music. So let's practice. So hopefully at this point you have all of your footage organized by wide, medium, and tight. You're using those different lens focal lengths and varying them to create a story, to create intimacy. Hopefully you're using sequences. Hopefully you've already gotten rid of any of those jump cuts that are in your video. So now let's focus on the music. I'm going to give you a very, very basic and very short lesson in music theory. If you have experience singing or dancing or playing an instrument, if you know how to read music, then you are definitely going to have a leg up in this situation. Here is some royalty-free sheet music that I found. Every song is written with a time signature. This time signature usually has two numbers, one on top of the other, and it tells us how many beats there are per measure, and a measure is a box. So you can see there's 3 beats per measure, but most songs are written in either 3/4 or 4/4 time signature. That means that there's a major beat either every 3 or every 4 beats respectively. Obviously, there are lots of different time signatures, 2/4, 6/8, etc., but 3/4 and 4/4 again are the most common to work with and to recognize. Here's one of the songs that's going to be in your library for music that has a 4/4 time signature. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. You can hear him. He changes the key, changes the note, changes the note. I used to play the piano and I know how to lead music for people who are singing. And so I always just 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's kind of just like a plus sign. So if you can do a plus sign to the music and keep time with it, then it's a 4/4 signature. The song that we are using in our project has a 3/4 time signature. So let's listen to it and try and get our bearings. It's a little hard at the very beginning. Sometimes you need to wait until the singing comes in to really be able to recognize what time signature it is. But when we have a 3/4, you should be able to do a triangle. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So you can see if I can't do a plus sign to this song and keep it consistent. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Okay. So that was your basic music theory lesson for the day. To keep the flow of your wedding film consistent, a great thing to do is to use those beats of whatever song that you're using. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to double click on my song and I'm going to listen to it over here in my source monitor. This button right here is the marker button. So when I hit the marker button, you can see it just sets a marker right there. If I want to delete it, I'm just gonna, let me move myself. I'm just gonna double click it and then delete. You can also change the color of your marker if you double click it. You can even add notes, blah, 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 whatever your notes wanna say. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to listen to this song. On every 3rd beat, I'm gonna put a marker. You can either use it, again, you can click this button right here, or on your keyboard, you can hit the M button. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So you can see it's, I can't talk, just a second. Okay, so I did about half the song there. So you can see all of my markers. I'm going to zoom in by doing Command+. All of my markers set this a little white line here on my source monitor. And because I am adjusting adjusting my source. I put markers on the source of this audio. This audio now has all of those markers on it. So what I can do is I can now zoom in, again, do Command plus. I'm going to turn the volume down a little bit. It's a little loud for me. And I am going to edit on those beats. So my very first video, I'm going to use my right arrow key to find my very first beat. You can see here, the song doesn't start right away. It has a few frames where it's just pre-music. Okay, so that's where I'm going to put my first video. My first video clip, yeah. So you can see it's black. Let me move myself again. So again, I'm going to use my left and right arrow keys to really be very precise about where I'm going to place my video clips. I don't want to just trust that every single one of these markers is in the exact right place. I'm going to trust my ears and I'm going to trust my audio levels over here. Okay, so again, sometimes you need to go back to be able to understand what you're hearing. So, as soon as he strums that guitar, that's the beat that I want to use, okay? 1, 2, 3. Bum. As soon as that sound goes up, I want to put my next clip there. And then that strum. So you can see my markers are not exactly where the beat is. It's not exactly where my video is, but I'm just using those as a guide. My guitar strum is right there. My guitar strum is right there. I'm going to zoom out so I can get my new clips. Okay, so let's watch what we have right here. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so this little intro goes this long. It goes from the beginning until right here. You can see this, this waveform is where the singing starts. So that is where I want to put this big drone shot, okay? Okay, so I'm going to put it right here. So now I have all of these shots of the girls in the salon. But I might want to add 2 more shots so that we can just have this whole section. And then we have that, the music changes a little bit. He starts singing, and then we have a change of scenery, a really pretty drone shot. Really, drones are so great for establishing shots. Obviously, they're so wide and so high and so pretty. So then that would create a little bit more of drama. So I'll go back later and fill in those spaces right there. But I know I'm going to need 1 shot here and 1 shot here to keep up my pattern. However, this shot, I don't want just for one of those measures. I want to keep this one on for a little bit longer. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I want to keep this on for 4 measures. Generally 4 measures or 4 1 2 3 1 2 3s, or on your timeline 4 markers, 1 2 3 4. 4 measures is a really safe bet for shots that you want to hold. Any longer than 4 measures and it's going to be like, okay, move it along, and it's really going to slow down the flow of your video. Okay, so what do I have next? Some more details. So you can see here, I have way too much footage for this song, but all of a sudden, now that I'm editing to the beats, I have all of these gaps, okay? So that's why you just start with what you want, and then I can come back and fill these in as I kind of establish where I'm going with my video. Wide shot, another 4 beats. And then these tighter shots, they're really pretty, but they're not really that interesting to look at. And so I'm just gonna have these for 1 measure or 1 beat cycle, I guess you could say. Nope, I missed my beat, so I gotta go back. Ooh, you hear that? Kind of the bass, when that bass comes in. Sometimes with music, it's a little bit more of like feeling the music than technically, like technically what you're doing with the music. Let's see, do I want to extend that? So I have a wide and then 2 tights and then a medium. So maybe I want my medium first. And maybe I'll have the medium be 2 measures, 1, 2, and then these other short shots that are just 1 measure, that completes my 4 measure cycle. So let's see how that feels starting at the drone shot. Okay, so he kind of carries this a little bit longer. Let's see, so now I have shoe details. Shoe details are, obviously it's different than the dress, they're different items, but when it comes to getting ready details, the dress and the shoes, it's pretty much the same thing. It's like the bride's details. So I'm gonna use these 2 shots to kind of carry out my final 2 measures. Ooh, so look, it looks like this one I kept longer. Let's watch it. 3, 4. Okay, so what I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna move this down. Make sure that it stays on my beat. So I'm gonna go in, and to adjust this, I'm just gonna, you can see when I get close to a line, you can just move your end, and then I want this out point on this shot to stay there. So I'm just gonna come to the edge. You can see that my mouse turns into that little red arrow, and I'm just gonna extend it. Then it extends my in point. Okay, so now I'm gonna find something. So I have a few options here. What I have next is details of the bouquet. So either I can shorten the dress details, or that's probably what I'm gonna do, is that I think I'm gonna move these down. And again, these are just, I'm just kind of approximating where I think that they're probably gonna go. And then I'm gonna come in, zoom in, and then fine tune it. I'm gonna move that, oops, to this shot. And actually, I'm gonna go ahead and lock this track. Sometimes it gets moved. I just don't want to accidentally move it. Okay, and then I'm going to put, because I already want these here, so I'm just going to use the second video line so that I can move it, so that I can put it where I want it to be, and then I'm going to move it down. And actually, I'm going to put her shoes to be right next to her dress, because they're all things that she wears, and then go to the flowers. Okay. And actually, I might just use, because I don't, in this situation, because now I have 4 measures, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 single measures. I think I'm just going to use this as one long shot. But what I'm going to do, I don't like that it starts so far to the left. I want the bouquet to be more centered. So this is a neat little trick. I'm going to use my S button on my keyboard. And then you can see here, my mouse turns into this 2 lines with an arrow. This is called the slide tool. The S on the keyboard is for slide. And so let me show you. So you can see here, this is our in and out point. And so here we are on the timeline. But what I want is I want that clip to be the exact same length, but I want a different portion. So I'm just sliding my in and out point. So you can see on the left, this on the left right here, that is my current time in point, but I want my in point to be here so that my out point is there. So you can see again here on my split screen, the left side is my in point, the right side is my new out point. So I have only edited, the first 22 seconds of my video, but I feel really good about it. We have a really good, strong sequence at the beginning. I need to come back and fill in those shots. So let's watch it from the beginning again. Worth falling for. Oh, and with open arms I'll carry you. All right, so I hope that you see the power of editing and sequences using wide, medium, and tight shots to establish location and also to imply intimacy, avoiding jump cuts, and editing the music, how all of those work together to really create something that can be really dynamic. And if you can use your brain to kind of finagle how you want the story told, there's nothing even happening here. She's getting ready with her girls, and then we're showing some details, but there's so much thought that goes into how these are all laid out. These are the things that make beautiful films. I also really want to reiterate that your wedding movie trailer does not have to look like mine. In fact, there are so many different kinds of ways to start a wedding movie trailer. It doesn't have to be chronological. It doesn't have to start with the bride. You could start with photo session. Maybe you could start with just with site details, with the with those drone shots. You could start with ceremony details. You could start with the bride and groom's first dance. There are lots of different ways that you can organize your wedding movie trailer, that you can lay down footage. Again, as the editor, you have 100% of the power and you get 100% of the choice. So if you make different choices than me, that is wonderful. I would love, love, love to see it. So before you go on to your next lesson, I want you to finish your wedding movie trailer. In a few lessons, I'll show you how to export it. First, we're going to talk about licensing in the next lesson. But right now, before you do anything else, in the next day or two, I want you to really, really work hard on that wedding movie trailer and create something that you can be proud of and that you want to share with other people. I know you can do it. You've come this far and you've already learned so much. I know that you're going to make a great wedding movie trailer.